Alright, making a video about my problem. Finally figured it out. I got Xfinity to come to my apartment. I got a technician to actually do his job. We found out that the problem is not in my apartment at all. It's specifically with the tap that houses like 8 or 10 other people's apartments. The issue, I don't know what it is. It could be a neighbor with a faulty wire that feeds ingress or electrical RF interference back into the main tap. Then that goes into everybody's apartment, including mine. That would cause some of my symptoms. The tech said that just straight from the tap alone, that the signal was very low compared to normal. So that could also be a plant issue on Xfinity's end. It could be an amplifier. It could be a line that's like up on a pole somewhere causing this issue. The issue, however, it's not. It has nothing to do with anything inside of my apartment or the way my network is set up at this point. That I've completely ruled that out now. It is 100% Xfinity's fault. Big surprise. So for the last 3 years, I've been dealing with this and trying to figure out what was wrong. I knew immediately something was wrong. Like something just switched. It was like the next day I went from playing an Immortal 3 MMR to getting shit on every game. People calling me garbage, and then I was super confused. Like, didn't I shoot someone in the head? Wasn't that a headshot? Like, what's going on? This has led me down a long fucking journey for 3 years now. So what I've learned after all the troubleshooting, I've learned so many fucking things, but the most important thing is having all these graphs turned on, because this allowed me to isolate the issue, to figure out what the problem was. The network RTT jitter is the most important graph for figuring out whether or not you have a unstable or unhealthy connection. These two stats are completely fucking irrelevant. The only time you're ever going to see something like change is if you your modem is like malfunctioning and turning itself off. Like you'd have to have a firmware issue in your modem for this to change, or like service, like maintenance would be happening on your line at the time. You're almost never going to see these change. Now this changes, right? Like you might be wondering, why does packet loss total change, but this doesn't? I'm going to explain it. The reason why the packet loss total changes is because of this right here. So the server, Riot servers, they give you 7.8 milliseconds for a packet to arrive on time. If it does not arrive on time, it gets blocked. The server blocks it from happening. Now, you might be wondering, well, why isn't that a packet loss? Why is it not showing in here? Well, it wouldn't show up because technically your modem, like my rental modem from Xfinity, it's an XB8. It repairs packets constantly. And since 80% or more of the data that's arriving into my apartment is damaged, it's constantly repairing it. And see, like, I've already lost 2 more packets. The way that I know that this is happening is the jitter. Like, the jitter graph right here, I remember what this looked like on a stable connection. It was a flat fucking line. It was a flat fucking line that gradually, like, went up by, like, 1 ms every now and then, but you almost never, it was just flat. I remember it being a flat line at my old home. I lived in a nice home, and it was not like this. Okay, so this, bad, very bad. You don't want to see any spikes. You don't want to see huge, like, constant spikes, spike fluctuations like that. That's not good. It's also trying to average that out. And anything over 7.8 gets lost. Or it doesn't technically get lost, but the server does not accept it as being true. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate within the range, but it is within a matchmaking game, or a competitive match. Another way you can tell this is happening to you, if you have the packet send and packet receive rate turned on, you will notice your packet send has to always be 128. Your receive should also also be 120. It should never go over, is what I'm saying. Like, sure, it might fluctuate a little bit right here. I don't think it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to stay 128 at all times. But it should never go over that. But as you can see, it has already 134, 133. The reason why that's happening is when I do inputs, when I like try, see it went up. Since my internet is broken, every time I send a packet to a Valorant server, it goes through my gateway, through my network that's broken, and it has to repair the packet. When it repairs that packet, the server will hold on to it. So that's why my packet send rate increases, because it's a damaged packet that's being fixed by my modem. It's being held onto by the server for up to 7.8 milliseconds. Look, I just lost more packets. The moment that I lose, or the moment that it goes over 7.8, it gets lost. But the problem with this is, since the server is holding on to it, if it does get repaired within the 7.8 millisecond window, the server has to try and catch you back up. The way that Valorant 128 tick servers work to catch you back up, guess what it does? It makes everyone in front of you move twice as fast. And I, for the life of me, could not figure that out. Maybe I'm just stupid, I don't know, but I just thought people were cheating. So everybody would be running on my screen and shooting me in the fucking head all at the same time. The reason why that's happening is because technically they had already stopped, but the server's trying to catch me back up and show me that that person has killed me, basically. Which is another reason why my inputs get lost. Like, if I'm shooting a bullet, it might just get lost by the server if it doesn't get repaired within a 7.8 millisecond window. And also, since 85% of my packets are getting lost, that means 85% of my shots are being repaired by my modem and sent delayed onto the server. And in that window, that's just enough time to make my shots not register or to make them go in the wrong spot. And I could not fucking figure that out. I kept moving my mouse, and I would go to shoot on something, and sometimes the bullet would show up somewhere else, or I would feel like the bullet suddenly for some reason went out too soon, which that makes no sense, right? How can a bullet go out here when I'm shooting over here? It just doesn't make sense. Well, it does, because there's a buffer, even though I'm playing on the minimum buffer, and when I change to maximum, it does not help. My internet is so fucking bad because of the 85% packets being damaged and repaired that this does not help me. But because there's a buffer and the server allows packets to be reset and repaired, sometimes it'll hold on to a packet and it'll send it at the wrong time. So it makes no sense. It's weird. Another thing I've noticed, especially with the Vandal, is when my packets get super delayed, sometimes to catch me up, it feels like it'll shoot 4 of the bullets all at once. My fire rate feels like it increases. And that's also, that causes my recoil to get fucked up because I'm bursting, I'm doing a 2-tap or I'm doing a single tap. And that also affects my movement. So if I go to stop and shoot, I felt like I had stopped there. Both times I felt like I stopped. It gave me a movement error for both of those. And I have a Wooting 60 HE with a tachyon mode. I've tried changing all the settings, but even with 1 millisecond, I feel like I have to really, sometimes I feel like I have to stop. I can't dead zone. I can't do the quick dead zoning. See, I fucked up. Okay, it worked a little bit there. So that is affecting me, alright? Now, I'm going to show what this looks like. This is my admin panel for my modem. And these, this is my main channel, okay? But the main channel that Xfinity uses to send data to people's homes are these 2 OFDM channels at a 957 megahertz and 690. So 957 and 690 megahertz. These are the main channels for their high-speed internet connection to send to people through coaxial cables. And this is the high end of the spectrum, and it always messes up if there's any sort of interference on the line, or if you have damaged cables, whatever it might be. This is my modem is directly connected to my main line right now. There's like maybe there's a patch cable. There's a 50-foot. Okay, it's not directly connected, but there's no splitter. Okay, so with no splitter, I'm at -5. That's not good. That I have a low signal, low power level. And so this is the data that's getting sent to my apartment. No issues on any of the other channels. However, my main channel is channel 20, and because the two OFDM channels are having a lot of errors, specifically, actually they both are basically fucked for me, but this one directly mirrors, this is like all of my internet data pretty much right here. It gets mirrored onto my channel 20. That's the main channel my modem uses. If I were to take a calculator and divide, it would be, it's 85% of my data is being lost. Not lost, sorry, it's being damaged and needs to be repaired. The uncorrectable code words here is the data that could not be repaired, and it was completely dropped by my modem. So 85% of my data, that means 85% of my shots, my inputs in Valorant, like anything I do, 85% of it is getting delayed by this my modem and repaired, and then sent back to the server. It's holding on to it. That's why you see the packet send rate increasing. It's, if I sit here for a second and let it catch up, it might go back to 128. Yeah, see? So I am completely fucked. I did not understand this. It took me a while to figure it out. But my internet's damaged. Outside of my apartment, completely because of Xfinity. These are the symptoms, as I've just gone over. Your jitter is going to fluctuate like this. Like, you're going to see these massive fucking lines, and just shit makes no sense. Your packet send and receive rate will go over 128, which is not supposed to happen. Your server tick rate is going to change because of it. You're going to lose server tick rate, and then you're going to get caught back up. People are going to look really fast on your screen. They're going to shoot you in the head while they're moving. It's going to feel unplayable. You're going to think everybody is cheating. The funny thing is, even with this issue, I somehow managed to correctly guess at least 20 plus people who were cheating and got them banned on this internet. Like, that's insane. And that was in like a rank that's below diamond. That's how many people cheat in Valorant still. But I'm used to beating people who cheat. I used to beat people who cheat all the time. And like, I cannot wait to just be able to play again, because I used to get accused of being a cheater. People thought I cheated. Always accused of that. Like, people just thought I was always cheating. So when I get my internet back, I will be able to fucking shit on everybody, because I had to increase my sensitivity to 0.25, which is double of what it used to be, just to try and react to the people who are super fucking fast on my screen all the time. So now that I've been playing against people who are like super fast, and I have to have like really fast reaction to even stand a chance, it's gonna be way different when I get back to the actual game where I swing. That person is either just like, almost always the person's gonna fucking miss me, or they're gonna like take a second. I'll have time to actually aim on them and kill them. But as of right now, that's not the case. So yeah, if you have these issues, I don't know if you have Xfinity, but you know, this is how you figure it out. That's the problem. Hopefully this helps somebody. I don't know.